we're going to continue to do the navigation by making my lists here. So I've got a list of one item, and you see up here there's a one bullet point. So I'm going to just copy for the next 2 pages. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to highlight it, right click, copy, and here paste. So I just need to change this. This is going to be my how to. That's the name of it. But I have to change the link here because the link is not, it's not the same page. So I'm going to change that link to be the how-to page. Okay, so that's there. That's it. And then I'll just do that again one more time. Copy, paste. And this one is going to be called, so whatever's in quotations here is not code, it's just a text descriptor. And this is the file that I'm going to replace with, down my properties, go back to HTML, link it to my folder. The folder there, I'm going to pick it up and click open. So now I've created a list of 3 bullet points. Refresh that. And okay, so this is the end of my list. Okay, and I'm just getting rid of some extra lines. Okay. So that's my list. And let's see if I refresh it. All right. Next, I'm going to create a CSS file or link it to a CSS file. Because right now we don't have a CSS file, we just have the HTML page. So I can go File, New, and I can create a new document called CSS, Create. So this is what the CSS file looks like. Right now it's not saved. So if I do this Save As, and I'm going to call it, because your CSS files it's always called styles, and we'll save that. So now we need to link this style CSS page to the index HTML page that where my navigation bar is going to be. So the code that we do for a class, because if you remember back here we identified this list as a class, and the code in CSS, the syntax is the period dot, and I write down what the class is called. So it's nav of the unordered list, and then the syntax we use these squiggly brackets. And with this I'm going to link the properties. The way I do that is I can go to Window, to this extract, and what will come up is a window where I can extract from my PSD files the different properties of the colors and sizes and all that. So you just upload your PSD file here, which I've done already. So I'm going to click and open that, and here you see that's my PSD file, and on the layers panel here is all the different layers that I've done in my PSD. So for this reason it's very important to label everything. So I'm going to do my menu, which is my navigation menu. When I click on that, you see here the CSS pops up that describes everything that I've already done. All I need to do is copy my CSS link, code there, and back in my CSS file I paste it, and there it's done. So that comes in, and that's done. So next I'm going to style my list. So that's the unordered list, but the list items. So we've got the squiggly brackets, open that up. And so these things are going to be like font, family, colon, and you pick the font you want to use. I'm going to select that one, and then you have to do semicolon at the end to end that. And then display is the code that I want to do, so it's all in one line and not in a bullet point. So that's going to be inline block. and sorry, semicolon, and so that will end that. So basically that's my CSS that I'm going to be doing for my my index page. So here in my properties, I can just refresh. If I go down to my properties, I'm going to go to CSS here, and here is where I want to link my page. So if I go to CSS Designer, a box will pop up, and I'm going to pick the source of the file. I'm going to attach an existing CSS file, and I'm going to browse, and in my folder that I've created for this demo, I've got my style sheet, and I'm just going to click that and open it. So now the two are linked. So that's my CSS. Make sure I've saved that. And index. And I'm going to refresh. So I've done the code, so now I want to see if it's actually working. And there might be something in the code I need to look, because I don't see it actually happening up top. Like when you look at my live page, I don't see the names and I don't see the colors. So my CSS file may not actually be linked.